Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today we are doing a funky bow tutorial and we're going to put our funky bow on a gorgeous bicycle wheel wreath. Let's get started. Here are the supplies we're going to need for our wreath. We're going to start with some beautiful ribbon and make what's called a funky bow. Now, funky bow is a very easy bow technique. If you are new to bow making, this is the technique for you to watch because this is easy and it makes a very professional and gorgeous looking bow. These two ribbons right here, the pink and the light green, I got from CraftOutlet, and this one I got from Michael's. Now, this ribbon is my inspiration ribbon. We're going to pull out the colors from here to put into our wreath. Then you're going to need some wire cutters, some floral wire or zip ties. I'm going to be most likely using both. Then the florals, I'm going to use some of these just greenery foliage from the Dollar Tree. Some yellow to bring out the yellow in the ribbon right there. Some pink flowers, this Wisteria. And of course some white Freesia to kind of pop it all out. And then I did grab some coneflowers in case I needed a little bit more yellow. For our wreath form, we're going to be using this bicycle wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and this one is 14 inches in diameter. The first thing I want to do is I want to paint my bicycle wheel to a white color. You can also do pink or whatever color you would like, but I want something nice and bright, so I'm going to do white. And what I'm going to use is this Rust-Oleum paint, and I'm going to give it 2 coats of the paint, and then I'm going to come back in with some acrylic coating and give it 1 coat of that. You can either use gloss or matte. I just have gloss on hand, so I'm going to use that. But it really doesn't matter because this is going to be filled with so many florals and ribbon. Let's get started on our ribbon. For the funky bow, what you want is you want long strips, and I usually make 28 inches. So I'll just measure off 14, fold it in half, and that is where I'm going to cut it. I cut 2 of these at 28, and one of them I want to cut a lot longer because I want the tail to be long. So this one's going to be 40 inches long because I want the tail to go in between the florals. I got 2 at 28 and 1 at 40. Now for the green ribbon, I'm going to measure off 14, which means I'm going to be making 28-inch strips here. And I'm going to make 3 of these. I made 3 strips of 28 inches each in this green ribbon. And the reason I did 3 instead of 2 is because it's 1.5 inches in width. So it's a little narrower than our 2.5-inch ribbon right here. And then one I'm gonna do at 40, which means I need to find my 20-inch mark and fold that in half. Now I have my floral one, and I'm going to make 3 loops at 28 inches. With my floral one, I made 3 at 28 inches, and then I had a strip left. And this one, and folded in half, is 16, so it makes it 32 inches. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to use up my ribbon. You will find that this bow is perfect to use up some of your leftover ribbon. So that is what we're going to do. Now that my ribbon is all cut up, I'm going to go around and make little dovetails. Line up both ends. Fold in half. And just cut from inside going out. Just like that. Now we're ready to put our bow together. Now you don't have to use a bow maker, it's just easier. You can definitely do this in the palm of your hand. First things first, I'm going to grab a floral wire and just put it in between the dowels. And I'm actually just going to put this right underneath there so it's not in our way. I'm going to start with the longest ribbon that we have, and because I have 4 of these and 4 of these, I'm going to start with them. Going to just grab my green, measure a 6-inch loop, and just leave it right there. Then I'm going to take my next ribbon. Let me just put it in the order that I'm doing this in. My next ribbon, I'm going to put it upside down, get my 6 inches, right there and just put it down. If you're going to use the palm of your hand, you just measure out your 6 inches and put it in the palm of your hand. You measure out 6 inches and just put it upside down right there in your hand. I personally like using my bow maker, so I'm just going to do that. Next, I'm going to grab my pink one. This is another 40-inch one, and of course, since I have the loop going this way, this loop is going to come this way. And I have my 6 inches, and I'm going to put it down. And then I'm just going to continue doing this, going all the way down. One loop facing one way, the other loop facing the other way, and there's your funky bow. Now I just grabbed my floral wire, put my bow maker to the side. I'm going to flip my bow and just tie my wire and just make it nice and tight. And this bow is pretty much ready to go on our wreath. I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to bring our bicycle wheel out. The reason I do my bow first is because I want to see where my florals are gonna go, and the reason I have my tails is because I want the tails to go in between the florals a little bit. Before I start sorting the bow, what I'm going to do is I have these 2 long ones, so I'm going to grab a pink long one and just move it down, and one green one, and I'm going to flip that down. That way we have a long pink one and green one going along our wreath. I'm going to grab 2 pieces of the foliage because we just want it to be just a little bit right here. And because it's from Dollar Tree and it's all bent funny, I'm just going to see which one fits well where. So obviously this one will work better here. Let me just bend it a little bit. And then this one, the way it's bent, it's going to work better coming from this side. So there we go. We have our start. We have the greenery. Next, I'm going to grab the Wisteria, and they come 4 on each bushel. And I just like arranging it straight on our wreath form. So I have 2 right there, and then 2 right here. I'm going to grab my 2 yellow Freesia ones. That's all I have left on my stem here. Cutting them as long as I can. And I'm going to put them right over the pink. With the Freesia, I'm going to put one that's a little higher on our little bouquet. One that is a little lower. And it's going to help this kind of cascading look. Then I'm going to grab this yellow flower that I have, and I'm just going to grab 1 of each. This flower right here is quite a tall flower, so what you want to do is right here, you want to bend it. If you feel like your florals are not secured on the stem, definitely give it a dot of hot glue. And I'm going to put this yellow on top here. Same thing, I'm going to grab it, fold it right there, and I'm going to put it towards the top right here. I feel like I need more wisteria, so I'm just going to grab 2 more. I'm going to put it a little bit towards this side, this one a little bit towards this side, and if we need more, we can get more. Now I'm going to kind of bundle it up and see where we're at. Now we're going to find a point in the back where all of them connect and all of them can hold on. I'm really wiggling this, and look at this, it's staying in place. When you find that point, grab a zip tie or a floral wire. I like using the zip tie because I know it's not going to go anywhere. And this is a 6-inch zip tie that's always in my description box. I get these on Amazon. I use these a lot on wreaths, and I trust the zip tie. It's not going to go anywhere. And I'm just going to zip tie it. First, a little loosely to make sure that everything is where I want it to be. Once I have everything where I want it, I'm just going to go in the back and really tighten my zip tie and cut it off. Now I'm going to do the same thing at the top. Now that we know our florals are secured together, we can start arranging where we want them. Then our bow, let's see if we need to go in a little bit. Don't forget our bow is going to get up a little bit. To attach the florals to our wreath form, I'm going to grab a zip tie. I'm going to grab another zip tie. And this one I'm going to put towards the top. And I'm going to attach our little floral to the actual wreath form. The greenery on this end, I'm just going to trim. And then using a zip tie or a floral wire, you can just secure this in place. My florals are really secure, but if you have any doubt, grab some floral wire and just start weaving it in between and grabbing anything that you feel is loose. And now it's time to attach the bow. I like attaching the bow where I have my connection here, and I'm going to go from one side of this wire that's sticking out over here a little bit to this side right here on the inside. I'm grabbing my 6-inch zip tie again, and I'm trying to make it in between right here so that I can have a nice secure connection. And just to make sure it's secure, I'm going to grab another one and zip tie it going from the other side. Cut that off. The endings right here, I'm going to just push them towards the inside so it's nice and smooth on the outside. And now it's just time to really puff up our bow. Going to start grabbing them, spreading the little tails, just trying to puff up all our loops towards the top and the tails towards the sides. Any tail that's upside down like this, you just want to twist, and there you go. If you feel like your loop is just not getting up there towards the center, you take it and then you grab anything that's kind of in its way and do a little twist just like this to push it up. And look at this, it's right on top, and it was one of my last loops on this side. If you feel like you want to attach these, that's fine too. Just grab a piece of wire and attach these in place in the back so you know it'll stay on that side. I'm just talking about the two longest ones. If you want, you can definitely, for example, if you want to attach this one here, you can hide it behind the greenery and just grab a little floral wire, just a little piece. And where you have that little crunch that you want to bring together, put a wire around it and attach it either to the greenery or preferably to the wreath itself. In this instance, I'm going to attach it to the greenery. There you go. You know that's not going to go anywhere now. And just keep on playing with the bow until it's where you want it to be. And you can either hang this wreath on the side just like this or going from top down. That is definitely up to you how you want to do that.